You've been standing on what looks like an empty lot for months now, maybe years, and everyone around you, their buildings are already up, already finished, already occupied, and you're still staring at dirt, at holes, at what feels like nothing, and you keep asking yourself, what am I doing wrong? Why is everyone else moving forward while I'm stuck here in the chaos? But here's what you can't see, and this will find you right before everything falls into place. What looks like an empty lot isn't emptiness, it's preparation. And what you think is delay, that's the foundation being poured deep underground, where nobody can see it, where even you can't see it. And the reason you're still here, the reason it's taking so long, the reason it looks like nothing is happening while everyone else is already living in their finished buildings, it's because what you're building requires a foundation. They never needed it, because what's coming for you is taller than anything they'll ever construct. Let me explain what's really happening. You know why skyscrapers take years to build, while small houses go up in months? It's not the height you see, it's the depth you don't. For every floor that rises above ground, there's foundation work happening below that nobody sees. Months of digging, months of reinforcement, months of concrete being poured and waiting for it to cure. And if you walk past a construction site during that phase, it looks like nothing. Just dirt, just holes, just delays. But that's not delay. That's the only way to build something that can hold what's coming. The deeper the foundation, the higher the building. And your foundation, it's been going deep. Deeper than you realize. Deeper than makes sense. Deeper than feels fair when you watch everyone else already moving in. But here's what nobody tells you about shallow foundations. They crack. They shift. They can't hold weight. And when life starts adding floors, when responsibility increases, when pressure comes, when the wind picks up, everything built on shallow ground comes down. You've watched it happen. You've seen people who seemed ahead of you suddenly collapse. Not because they weren't capable, but because they built too fast. They skipped the foundation. They went straight to the visible part because waiting felt like losing. And now they're rebuilding again, while you're still in the foundation phase. And it's killing you because it looks like nothing. But let me tell you what's actually happening while you're standing on that dirt lot, wondering if you'll ever build anything. Life is arranging everything. Every closed door you've experienced, that wasn't rejection. That was life saying, that foundation can't hold where you're going. Every plan that fell apart, that wasn't failure. That was life saying, that structure won't support what I'm building for you. Every relationship that ended, that wasn't loss. That was life saying, they can't come to the heights you're being prepared for. And every time you wanted to give up and just build something small and quick, so you'd have something to show, life said no. Not because it wants you to suffer, but because it's protecting you from settling for a structure that would collapse the moment your real life tried to move in. Here's what's happening in this phase that you can't see. Your patience is being reinforced like steel. Your discernment is being sharpened. You're learning to know what's real versus what just looks impressive. Your boundaries are being set like concrete. Your standards are being raised, like the water table being managed. Your capacity is being expanded, like the ground being excavated. And all of it looks like nothing. All of it feels like delay. All of it makes you question if you're even building anything. But you are. You're just building underground, where the real work happens, where the strength comes from, where the difference between what lasts and what collapses gets decided. And here's the part that's gonna hurt to hear. You've been comparing your foundation to their finished buildings. You've been standing on your dirt lot, looking at their move-in ready structures, thinking you're behind, but you're not behind. You're building different. They built wide. You're building deep. They built fast. You're building to last. They built what they could afford. You're building what you were designed for. And the foundation you're standing on right now, the one that feels like it's taking forever, the one that looks like nothing from the outside, that's the only foundation that can hold the life that's coming for you. Not the life you thought you wanted, the life you're actually capable of living. So let me ask you something. What have you been learning in this waiting phase that you didn't know before? How have you changed in this empty lot season that you couldn't have changed in a finished building? Because I promise you, the waiting hasn't been wasting you. It's been building you. The closed doors haven't been blocking you. They've been redirecting you toward foundations that can actually hold your weight. The pressure hasn't been breaking you. It's been curing you, making you stronger, making you ready, making you capable of holding what's about to be built on top of you. And the confusion you've been feeling about why nothing seems to be moving, that's because you're looking above ground for progress that's happening below. Here's what you need to understand about this phase. The foundation phase is the longest part. It's the hardest part. It's the part where everyone asks what you're doing, and you have nothing to show them. It's the part where you question if you're even on the right path, because there's no visible evidence. It's the part where you feel behind because everyone else is already living in their buildings while you're still staring at dirt. But it's also the most important part, because once the foundation is set, once it's cured, once it's ready, the rest goes up fast, faster than you can imagine. Floors get added in days that took months of foundation work to support. And suddenly, you're not behind anymore. You're higher than the quick builds, higher than the shallow foundations, higher than anything you could have constructed if you'd rushed. And everyone who watched you standing on that empty lot, wondering what was taking so long, suddenly sees why. They see the height. They see the strength. They see what was possible because you waited for the foundation to be ready. Now, if this is landing, if you're recognizing that you're not stuck, you're in the foundation phase, I need you to do something. Go to the comments and type 3 words. Foundation is setting. That's it. Because when you name what phase you're in, when you stop seeing it as delay and start seeing it as preparation, everything shifts. Your patience becomes purposeful. Your waiting becomes active. Your confusion becomes clarity about where you actually are in the build. And if you know someone standing on their own dirt lot, someone wondering why everyone else has buildings while they're still in the foundation phase, share this with them. Ask them to declare it too. Foundation is setting. Because we don't build alone, we build together. And right now, we're all in different phases, but we're all building. If this resonated, subscribe so we can keep walking this path together. And if Super Thanks feels right, every bit helps me create content that actually matters instead of just filling space. But real talk, you being here, present, listening, I never take that for granted. Thank you. The truth is, everything is about to fall into place. Not because you forced it, not because you rushed it, not because you built something shallow just to have something to show, but because you waited. You trusted the process even when it looked like nothing. You stayed on the lot even when everyone else moved on. You kept showing up to the foundation work even when nobody could see what you were building. And that discipline, that patience, that willingness to do the invisible work, that's what's about to pay off, because the foundation is almost cured. The deep work is almost done. And once it's ready, once it's solid, once it can hold weight, everything else goes up fast. Your next chapter isn't going to ask you to be someone else. It's going to reward the you who stayed on the lot, the you who didn't build shallow just to keep up, the you who trusted that deep foundations support tall buildings. And when your building finally rises, when people finally see what you've been working on, they won't ask why it took so long. They'll ask how you built so high. So here's what I need you to understand before everything clicks into place. You're not behind. You're in a different phase, a deeper phase, a phase that takes longer because it's preparing you for more. And the waiting hasn't been wasting you. It's been building the only foundation strong enough to hold what's coming. Every closed door removed a weak point that would have cracked under pressure. Every failed plan cleared space for a blueprint that actually fits your capacity. Every ending made room for what can actually stay when life starts adding floors. You're not stuck. You're being prepared. And preparation looks like nothing until it looks like everything. So stop comparing your foundation to their finished buildings. Stop measuring your progress by what's visible above ground. Stop thinking you're behind because you're still in the dirt. You're not behind. You're deeper. And deeper is what allows higher. The foundation is setting. The concrete is curing. The strength is building. And very soon, everything you've been waiting for, everything that felt like it was taking too long, everything that made you question if you were even building anything, is about to rise faster than you expect, higher than you imagined, stronger than anything built on shallow ground. This will find you right before everything falls into place. Not because the universe is random, but because you're ready. The foundation is ready. And what's coming can finally be built on ground that won't shift. So stop looking at the empty lot like it's evidence of delay. Start seeing it for what it is. The only foundation strong enough to hold the height you're about to reach. Your building is coming, and it's going to be taller than anything around you, because you built deep first.